I want to start first by saying that everything that I'm about to say in this video is already public knowledge. I'm not betraying anyone's trust or discussing anything that comes from internal party documents or anything that is confidential. Everything that I'm about to say has already been said on a public forum. The reason I am saying it now is because there have been significant attempts to cover up these events and the information presented. State for the record that I do not know the victim, I do not know the perpetrator, nor am I associated with the FRSO in any way, shape, or form. Not long ago, a woman was raped in the FRSO, and she said that it was another comrade within the organization. Now, the organization involved, this is the FRSO, in its satellite groups. This involves Fight Back and Students for a Democratic Society. This woman came forward with the allegation that she had been raped by this one particular individual. As a result of her coming forward, she's been ostracized from the community. She's been blocked. I don't know if she's been harassed. Maybe has, maybe hasn't, I do not know. But she's also been pushed out of the organization. Now, recently, another woman tried to bring all of this to the attention of the public, that this rape did happen. The problem is that this individual who committed this rape has admitted to victimizing women in the past, and this person has been accused of sexual crimes in the past. And unfortunately, instead of being expelled from the group, whichever group that is within the I just know that it's within the FRSO somewhere, instead was moved to another location. Now, normally I would never get involved with inter-party stuff, particularly with first world groups. But the reason I'm saying this now is because this is a serious accusation, and this is a serious problem, as this person has been accused of victimizing people, at least victimizing women, at least 3 times before. And I think it's important that this be brought to the public. The problem is FRSO member Daniel Sullivan has taken significant steps to cover this up. And other members of the FRSO have taken steps to cover it up as well. In a public forum, this was being discussed, and during that time, Daniel Sullivan attacked the person who was trying to bring it forward, and even suggested that the person who made the allegation was racist. This is absolutely unacceptable in any way, shape, or form. For an organization that claims to be feminist, or for particularly Daniel Sullivan himself, who claims to be a feminist, this is absolutely unacceptable. And everything I've said here comes from a public forum which has been recorded, and I will provide links to that information. The information will be made available for anybody who's watching this video. To make the matters even worse, that while Daniel Sullivan merely suggested that the person was being racist and did in fact carry out victim blaming, another person affiliated with Daniel Sullivan outright did declare the victim to be racist, and that suggests that anyone who brings this up is also racist. Again, this conversation and this claim has been screen capped. This conversation took place in a public forum where many people did see it. I'm not revealing any insider information here. I'm merely repeating what has already been made public. Now, this person has victimized several people before. Now, this was brought up to another section of the FRSO. Gregory Lucero has been aware of this for some time. Now, when this was brought up to Gregory Lucero in another section, I believe he is Students for a Democratic Society, he outright did attack the victim and made accusations or made particular representations of the incident, which may or may not be factual. In the very least, he has attempted to cover up the incident by saying things like, that was a long time ago, or things like that. Again, that information is also available in the description. So this is not merely me saying it. Everything here is provable. And this situation, given the seriousness of it, the fact that, you know, there's probably about 3 or 4 victims of rape now by this person, it needs to be dealt with. That person's name has already been made public. To make matters even worse for Gregory Lucero, he has repeatedly accused anyone who brings this up of attempting to coup the organization. In other words, he's accusing anyone who brings up this unaddressed rape threat as someone who's attempting to subvert the organization in order to take over its leadership. He's accusing them of wrecking activity merely for bringing up this very serious accusation that is being covered up by many people within the FRSO. And this situation definitely does need to be taken care of. And right now, at least Daniel Sullivan and Gregory Lucero are attempting to cover this up and are conducting significant victim-blaming attacks. Obviously, an incident like this blows up into a huge situation very quickly. Now, if you're familiar with the Communism 101 group on Facebook, it has once again split into another one. So I believe there are about 4 Communism 101 groups. Now, the thing is, one of the groups was taken over entirely by women. They forced out all the male admins and now they describe themselves as a matriarchy. That's not a criticism. I'm just merely stating that as a fact to demonstrate how much of an impact this has had on merely just the Internet Association of Marxists. Again, this situation is wholly unacceptable, and normally I would never get involved with inter-party politics, especially for an organization that I'm not a part of. But given the seriousness of the allegation, and the fact that this person has admitted to victimizing women in the past, I think that's very serious and does need to be taken to task. The FRSO must be confronted about this, because if not their upper leadership, at least lower leadership, are attempting to cover up a sex crime that was committed by one of their members. And this is absolutely unacceptable. Now, for my own part, I entirely expect to be attacked for releasing this information, even though I have nothing to do with the situation and I am not connected to the people involved in any way, shape, or form. But given the nature of the internet and given the nature of misogyny, I fully expect to be attacked for bringing this information forward. But I hope this can be dealt with in a mature and responsible manner, and that the person who has victimized these women can finally be kicked from the party and perhaps police involvement for the sex crimes that he has committed.